Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Thursday, February 27th, 2020. Apologize for the graphic error here we had with our process in the mornings where we usually fetch our data. Apparently that is down today, so you get to look at a sun with lines in it. There you go. But I can report that solar wind speeds are coming in at 374.7 kilometers per second with a density of 3.8. Now, we don't have any sunspots today that are Earth facing. That makes it 25 days in a row, 41 days in 2020 without sunspots, giving us 71% of the year thus far without sunspots. But that could change. And I say that because we have a couple of sunspots that are near the eastern limb as we speak. And I'll go ahead and bring that image up for you guys here. Just give me a second here. All right, so this is what I was talking about. We have two sunspots near the eastern limb. One at the top there is officially a part of solar cycle 25. And if the one below it continues and it is a qualifying sunspot, then we have one from solar cycle 24. So still an indication that we are in that transition from solar cycle 24 to solar cycle 25. In between, when we get ready to start a new solar cycle, we will see a combination of sunspots from both cycles in the beginning of the new solar cycle. So, perfect example of that happening during solar minimum is happening right now, but we've had almost an entire month without sunspots after starting off 2020 with 18 days of the first 19 days. We saw a sunspot on the sun, but again, weak sunspots number 11 and 13, nothing major as far as any kind of activity, but still. Also, taking a look at a couple of more space weather stats before we move on. Our TCI went up to 3.87 with a KP indice of a 1 right now, and the 24-hour max is at a 2. No Earth-facing coronal holes, which means A, we are in less likely position to get a earthquake or volcano eruption. I'm just saying it's a lesser chance. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. But without those conditions being lined up just right, it's hard for anyone to predict any kind of activity without coronal holes being involved as well. So right now, nothing like that, no alerts, no solar wind speed increase. The sun is very quiet. Tomorrow, though, we might have a different report about that. So we'll take a look and see what happens. All right, let's take a look at some weather. And there's the sun one more time before we head into our weather. Our friends across the pond here in the European region. Denmark getting some snow today, along with Norway, Luxembourg, France, Switzerland also, and then on the action today. Northern parts of Scotland and Ireland also getting some snow showers. London, snow showers leaving your area. So all year long we've talked about when we were going to see that cold air, when we were going to see that winter type weather. And here we have it, late February. I was off again. I said mid-February, 15th through the 18th. But here recently, we've seen a little bit more winter-like weather. Now, this is nothing crippling or anything like that. It's just the actual proof that it's cold enough for frozen precip, as we can see right here on the radar. And let's take a look at what the Met Office has in store for you guys out there in the UK. Rain, sleet, and snow clearing southeastwards. Then all parts seeing some sun, and then wintry showers once again. Showers heaviest and most frequent in the northwest, driest in the south and east following early rain, but it's going to stay cold. Tonight, cold with frost for many, particular eastern parts. Showers continue for the northwest Scotland, but snow levels will be rising. Clouding over from the west with some rain in the west later tonight. And then Friday, rain moving across the UK with strengthening winds. Some hill snow in the west, but possibly at some lower levels for the northeast England and southern Scotland later. Cold for most. So winter has finally gotten its act together. It's arrived. But how long will we see the colder weather as spring approaches? We shall see. Maybe just for a couple more weeks, maybe only for a few more days. Tonight we will definitely try to go live. Last night was out of my control, so I apologize for not being able to produce a show last night. So we're shooting for tonight, and I'll try to get you guys some updates on what the outlook is for temperatures out there. All right, let's take a look here in the U.S. That large amount of rain that we're looking at right here, when we look at the tropical tidbits, you will see that they originally thought this was going to be heavy snow. Temperatures are changing the precipitation as we speak, but still, the heaviest snow is lifting up towards Canada. The lighter stuff is staying here. Maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow possible from this here. Mainly rain along the East Coast. So any kind of indication that we might have saw 3 to 6 inches anywhere around here is pretty much gone unless the temperatures keep dropping. Maybe some isolated spots out here in Maine, but really this is going to be light. This is just going to be messy. But cold air behind this is also bringing snow further south, like in southwest Dayton, West Virginia, eastern Kentucky, eastern parts of Tennessee. Also seeing snowflakes flying around for you guys in Knoxville. Some light showers across the plain states. Nothing really amazing here. Typical winter blustery day, but you can see where that cold front, guys. Sorry about that. But you can definitely see this cold front. I mean, right along this line. Look how far south the jet stream is dipping right now. So, but nothing major, and that's good. We've had quite a bit of extreme weather this winter in other parts of the United States. So this is just your typical winter weather day. Nothing crazy about this. Let's take a look and see what some facts that NOAA is going to try to present us today. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not what I wanted, but thanks anyway. There's your update with that. The coronavirus. Don't want to say that too many times. Anyway, wind chill factors right now. Pretty cold across the Great Lakes, the northern plains into the northeast, over the Rocky Mountains as well. That's the coldest spot. That jet stream dipping way down south is bringing colder air to everyone this morning in the lower 48. Here's a look at our frost freeze line. As you see, it goes all the way further into the south, barely getting the Florida Panhandle, which qualifies every single state, the lower 48 anyway, has freezing temperatures or frost in their state at some point somewhere. So colder air to the northern plains up in Minnesota, -7 degrees. Those are real field temperatures there. Canada, again, getting the brunt of the abuse. Checking out high temperatures across the United States. Well, the northern plains, Great Lakes still feels like winter. Northeast, not bad out there. Most of the Midwest is mild, 30s and 40s. 50s across the south and 60s as well. And much warmer weather in California, Texas, and Florida. Check out nighttime temperatures. Well, it's going to be darn right cold in the northern plains, the northeast, the Ohio Valley. Also in the Rocky Mountain region, it also stay very cold. Parts of the south, pretty nice out there, 50s and 60s for some of you further in, well, Phoenix, Arizona, and southwest California. So, all right, let's take a look at NOAA's 3-day outlook. Today, heavy snow along western New York, Erie, PA, close to Cleveland, Ohio, and mainly that's going to be a combination of the system that's moving through and also lake effect snows from the cold front that's moved past us, also bringing in higher winds. We're actually in a wind advisory for some of us here in New York and Pennsylvania, so that'll make traveling interesting at best. Excuse me. Bella's upset about the high winds. Heavy snow again for tomorrow, mainly lake effect. Buffalo and the South Towns, watch out. You guys could see a few inches of snow. mixed precip across the Midwest into the East Coast. And then by Saturday, pretty dry for most of us in the United States. Snow showers across the Northeast and the Northwest as well with mixed precip. So let's take a look at our tropical tidbits this time, the actual GFS forecast model. There we go. As we let the creature out of its prison cell. Oh, poor Bella. Anyway, taking a look at the GFS, they overdid it on the snow. We are not obviously seeing that anywhere here. It is all rain and pretty persistent rain. It's just a messy situation right now. Temperatures are above freezing. The one system I wanted to show you, though, is this here starting on March 2nd. We get one wave of rain through the Ohio Valley into the Northeast, snow behind it, rain continuing. It gets heavier the following day on the 3rd. Heavier rain across the Mississippi River Valley, western Tennessee, and southern Kentucky. That's on the 4th. So the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, the rain waves continue to flow through this area and continue to get heavy and redevelop. So on the 4th, we see 2 batches of heavy rain. Here it is on the 3rd, all day on the 3rd, near Missouri and Arkansas, Mississippi, and then reforms again south of that, hits the Mississippi Valley a lot harder. Western Tennessee and western Kentucky also getting lots of rain before finally stretching out to southern Ohio. But lots of rain for the south, and this system moves up on March 5th and starts as snow. It turns into rain, but indicating that this could be a pretty heavy snowmaker for the Northeast, especially if you lived in central New York, western New York, upstate New York, and parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Not really getting a lot out of this system, but if this forecast holds up, first of all, what a almost atmospheric like river chain of moisture. Here's a 3rd. Wait, let's start back. Start here on the 2nd, the 3rd, 4th, the 5th, and finally by the 6th, a little clearing, just a little quick system to move through the mid-Atlantic states, and then another flipper system that fades away. But here we are in the 9th after a 3-day break. Some more moisture forming across the south, bringing rain. So we get a good 4-day break from any kind of heavy precipitation across the Ohio River Valley, Mississippi River Valley in the south. But after that, we just look like lots of rain showers. Temperatures are staying above freezing. And, the Northwest snow, Rocky Mountain snow, the far Northeast snow, but a lot of rain in the forecast here right now on the GFS. So, wrapping this up, could March 6th be the last big one for the Northeast? If temperatures continue to trend the way they are trending right now, the answer is yes. As we head into mid-March and beyond, it's possible we could see a freak storm, but right now the strongest indication for a Northeast snowstorm here in early March, and then after that, it's pretty much looking like spring type pattern. So, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a warm spring, as temperatures are just hovering for the most part in the upper 30s and mid 40s for a lot of us folks out here and across the Midwest and the Northern Plains. So we'll continue to monitor this. And again, apologies for last night's show. We will definitely try to get on tonight. Mari and I would like to have just a little bit of a back and forth discussion about what's happening right now. So don't miss that today, 9 p.m. That's what we're shooting for anyway. I'm pretty sure we should be able to make that happen. So guys, thank you for tuning into the Grand Solar Minimum channel this morning, and we will talk soon. Take care.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform. Buy a t-shirt or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.